So this is kind of the second part of my answer to Gladiator2155 on YouTube. One of the few of my subscribers on YouTube. I think I've got like 20. I think he asked me where I want to see society go in my lifetime, and in addition, where I think it will go in my lifetime. These answers are going to be very different. When I said where I wanted society to go in my lifetime, I was essentially saying I want to see the Zeitgeist Addendum essentially fulfilled. You know, the Zeitgeist Revolution, the abandonment of money, all of humanity collectively working towards one goal, and that is the survival and flourishing of humanity itself. You know, the abandonment of religion, organized religion, like I was saying before, spirituality I am perfectly fine with. My entire family is Christian. There are no atheists in my family. I do not hate or resent my family for that, though many of them probably hate and resent me just for not believing in their God, but I do not hate spirituality and belief in a God. I think it's dumb and foolish, but I don't hate it. I do hate religion over, so I would get that out of the way. You know, all of humanity embracing technology and science and philosophy and art and equality all together, essentially in this zeitgeist kind of utopia. But now this is where I think society is going to go in my lifetime. I think that what's going to happen is money is not going to be discontinued as a ridiculously flawed factor in our lives. That governments and nations will continue to war with each other over dwindling resources. I believe that societies will make small progressive leaps, such as the legalization of gay marriage in New York that just happened last night, actually. Well, this is 1 in the morning now, actually, in Central Time in Minnesota, where I live. So that's probably old news by now. I believe that, you know, societies will make small progressive leaps, but in the end it's all going to come crumbling down as the entire world is at each other's throat. I mean, you look at the war in the Middle East. I mean, it's not just the war in Iraq, it's not the war in, we've got Libya now, we've got, you know, Yemen and all these other places where we know the alleged terrorists are, but we're not going to go, well, we can't go get them because we don't have the people or resources, and we're going to stay in these places, and it's like a game of whack-a-mole that costs you know, $11 billion per month just to fill one hole, just to fill 2 holes, you know. I think that if we continue on the path that we're going, which we will, humanity will face extinction. Not within my lifetime, likely. At least that's kind of what I'm holding out for, because I like being alive. But definitely, as far as cosmic and geological time goes, within a pretty short amount of time, I think that if we continue on this path of supporting systems and ways of thinking that are not conducive to the survival of the human race, humanity is on the path to extinction. It's by far not endangered, but I mean, there are, you know, almost 8 billion of us now. The United States has this John Wayne attitude that's going to get us all killed. You know, you look at the Middle East. Well, they say, well, the terrorists attacked us, so we went in as a response. Well, we do have proof that the Bush administration had plans of invading before 9/11 even occurred. So they used 9/11 as a justification for that. I don't know if you're one of those people that believes that 9/11 was an inside job. That's not my argument here. Maybe I'll save that for another video, maybe not. It's kind of a touchy subject. But, you know, and then you look at Halliburton, and you know how their stock skyrocketed after the initial invasion, after they began the rebuilding process. How oil companies, you know, I think it's interesting that we went in, that Operation Desert Storm occurred. I was only 2 when it ended. No, I was actually 1 when it ended. I think it ended in 92, I think. Some of that. So yeah, it would have been 2, I think. I guess I was barely alive when Operation Desert Storm ended, but I know that Operation Desert Storm, though we say we went in, you know, to free Kuwait, what it actually was that Saddam Hussein had control over the oil that Kuwait had, and we wanted that oil. It had nothing to do with freeing Kuwait. Let's be honest with ourselves. You shit your friends and I'll shit mine. Let's not shit each other. I think that if the Tea Partiers have their way, the economic system of America, my country, that I'm quickly losing faith in, if I ever had faith in it at all, is going to completely collapse. Social liberties will be completely gone, and though I don't like to make America out like the big dick, but we sure act like it, so I believe that if all the social liberties of America fall, and if our economy collapses entirely, which it will, if you know, we do all these tax cuts and we cut spending, and you know, we cut we continue with our bloated defense budget, that if our country will crumble to dust. It will fall into civil war, it will fall into civil unrest, whatever, but it's going to crumble. And I think that most of the world will follow after that. I don't I don't mean to make America out like this big, important paste that's holding everything together, but I believe that once a major power in the world falls, there's going to be a vacuum that everyone else is going to get sucked into. America kind of fits that little number. So I essentially believe that in my lifetime the world is going to go to absolute shit. I hope, a small part of me hopes that it doesn't. But the key word there is hope, not thinks that it can. It's just a hope. I don't really hope anymore. I just watch, you know. Like I said, I'm kind of a borderline nihilist where I still have a small part of me reserved, thinking that maybe it can, maybe it can, maybe it can, but most of me believes, unfortunately, that the rest of this world is going to completely decay and fall into absolute turmoil, because we embrace systems of government and religion and economics that do not work, will never work unless we completely get a clean slate. And you know, maybe it will take the collapse of society for that to happen. Maybe it will take an absolute cataclysmic event for everyone to realize, hey, maybe we should fix how we're doing things because it's gotten us into this hole and there's no way to get out of it with the tools that we have. So let's just make new tools. Those are essentially my thoughts on the subject. My thoughts on reality are very bleak and dark, but you know, so is most of my life. So, for those of you who are interested, I'll be putting some poetry up later this week. I haven't done that in a while. I've been doing mostly social commentary now. But I've got some slam poetry that I really want to share with you guys because I think you would appreciate it. So thanks for everything, the small YouTube audience I have. Happy trails.